Welcome, dear friends. Today's readings St. Paul's letter to Timothy, chapter 3, verses 14 to 16. Gospel Luke, chapter 7, verses 31 to 35. And we are celebrating the feast of St. Robert Bellarmine. Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, today's readings invite us to reflect on the mystery of faith and how we respond to God's message in our daily lives. In the first reading from 1 Timothy chapter 3, 14 to 16, St. Paul reminds us that the church is the household of God, the pillar and foundation of the truth. The mystery of our faith is that Jesus Christ became man, was revealed in the flesh, justified in the spirit, proclaimed to the nations, and taken up in glory. This is the truth the church is called to God and proclaim. In the Gospel Luke 7 verses 31 to 35, Jesus compares his generation to children who refuse to play either the flute or the dirge. John the Baptist came with fasting and penance, and they said he was possessed. Jesus came eating and drinking, and they called him a glutton and drunkard. The problem was not with John or Jesus, the problem was with the people's closed hearts. They did not want to accept God's wisdom in any form. Now, how do these two readings connect? St. Paul says the church is the pillar of truth, but the truth is fruitful only if you are open to it. If we keep finding excuses like the people in the gospel, we miss God's voice. Let me give a practical example. Imagine a teacher in school. Some students complain that the teacher explains too strictly, while others complain the same teacher is too lenient. In the end, the teacher is not the problem. The unwillingness to learn is the problem. Similarly, God speaks to us in different ways through prayer, through suffering, through joy, through people. But if our heart is closed, we will not learn. On this feast of St. Robert Bellarmine, we see a great model. He was a Jesuit cardinal, a brilliant teacher, and a humble man. In his time, the church faced confusion and attacks. He defended the truth not with pride or violence, but with clarity, humility, and love. He once said, "The school of Christ is the school of love." He believed that truth and love must go together. There is also a classical story told of a sculptor. A king once asked a sculptor why he was taking so much time to carve a beautiful statue. The sculptor replied, "Others may not see the small details I carve, but the gods will see." In the same way, the Saint Robert Bellarmine lived carefully and truthfully, even in the smallest things, because he knew God sees. Dear friends, today's readings on the saint teaches three things. God, the truth of our faith, not just in words, but in our lives. Be open to God's wisdom, whether it comes in joy or sacrifice. Live with humility and love, like St. Robert Bellarmine, who defended the truth without arrogance. So let us not be like the children in the gospel, always complaining and resisting. Instead, let us be like the church Paul describes, a strong pillar of truth, shining with faith, love, and wisdom. Thank you very much, dear friends. God bless you abundantly.